on these guys, so they have to. There's no
3
easy
games
button.
in one day.
Yeah, you have to play 3 games to battle, and then you got injuries, and then you have to play another tournament. So it's tough.
It's
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough to do that, which is credit to these guys that are doing it.
Yeah.
So and I think the rosters this year are better for the pro play, and is what I've seen. As far as man to man, but I mean, it's who's on the roster. So pretty impressed with it. No, I like it. I think it's cool. Like I said, you always be open minded and finding cool things to do, and it's one of those cool things that's different.
Yep. So George, you're part of the Tour of Roadrunners, and you guys have been part of the pro tournaments for a while. What are you expecting this tournament, and where were you the rest of the summer?
Work took over a little bit, but I'm glad to be here, starting and ending my summer run at State Wars. It's a great tournament, so I'm happy to be here. Last year we kind of took a beating at State Wars, and it's definitely not our team the way we played last year. We're hoping to bounce back. Picked up a few new guys, same old faces too, but I think this first game is going to be a big one.
Who's that against? Anybody you know? Are you familiar with that team?
Never heard of them before, but I guess we'll see game one how it goes. They're Black Eyes is a great team. Played them plenty of times, home, away, it doesn't matter. It's always a great battle. Boys are hoping to come out on top and continue the run for the whole weekend.
Big Greg on the roster this weekend?
Unfortunately not. He had some stuff going on that he had to take care of, but I think the boys are looking good still, and the pickups that we have, they're playing great, so it's good to see.
All right, so that covers some of the start of the pro stuff, but we're gonna get into the mix right now. I think Rage Cats won a game, Carshill's winning this game. So what are you guys? Who are your picks for outside of you, obviously?
Well, the Rage Cats tied just now, and they lost in a shootout.
Okay.
So like you said, you got to give the Wings good. I mean, they had 22 shots, and TC and all they had no power play goals. They pulled the goal at the end to tie it up. So good defense. I mean, I'm seeing that lately is the defensive hockey. You can stay in games. I mean, you may have to play a little chess match where you have to play D for a while and the other team has the puck, but like I say, you keep the game close 0-0, 1-1.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they make a pop it the other way. I mean, so that seems like to be the trend is playing good defense, good hope and somebody breaks down. But these teams like the Carshield and Pama, they just have such a dynamic roster and everybody's a threat. So it's tough. You can't really key on anybody because they're all so good. So and that's what it is. There's always going to be that bell curve of the top teams, the middle teams, the lower teams are working their way up, and it changes throughout the years. Especially as old as I am. So, but it's fun to see. And like I said, the kids tournaments. I just got here last night, so I'm here to coach the kids. But it's fun watching the pro guys go, and so it's a good time.
You do bring up a good point. That defense transition to create offense seems to be a big.
These goals are all good. If you can keep pucks out of the middle, that you'll be in the game, and everyone here can shoot, right? So,
well, even our kids teams that I've lately, even throughout the year that I've been associated with, it's like you're playing these dynamic kids that can skate, stick handle, slip knots, and toe drags, all this. But you play good D and they get overconfident, and that's how you're able maybe upset somebody that's maybe on paper, all world, and you're just a kind of meat and potatoes kind of team, and
becomes a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what we've been doing. So we've been concentrating on that, and we're teaching the kids that. So hopefully they realize how important defense is, not because you have a hat trick or something. It's such a like I said, coming from the back end, all these players out here that can play D and start to play. It's such an important job. You always have a job. You're a good defenseman. Always. I mean, forwards are a dime a dozen. Yeah. But you're a good defenseman. You always have a job. And that's what I think.
So Evan Bouchard's playing almost as much time as Connor McDavid. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So Jordan, you've been a member of the Roadrunners for how long? Let's get into it's a good group of guys that have been together for a long time.
Yeah, I think I started back in 2012. I was playing silver, 12U silver, and then I kind of just worked my way up from there. But I mean, you've been watching Joey D and Max Halverson. You kind of pick a little toe drag and
another name maybe that people don't hear so much. Jake Corso.
Yeah, Jake Corso, one of my best friends. Took a step away from the game, but you still hear the names.
Local Long Island legend, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Max, Joey, Jake. Been watching them.
He holds the high school record on skate safe for most points. Jake.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. Probably 100.
No, he played for us one time back in Huntington Beach. He stayed at our house.
Yeah,
never the most flashy, but just controls the puck, good hands, knows what he's doing.
One of the smartest players I've ever played with, and you honestly
Shout out to Corso Tiling and
you don't. It's crazy because like during a game, you really don't notice him as much, and then you look at the stat sheet and you're like, Jake shot 3 points in this game, and
had the puck for 5 minutes.
yeah, I've seen it where he's took over games just like Max and Joey do, and that's a big loss for us. I know he hasn't played in a few years, but Jake was an unbelievable player, and I wish he came back and
and it's funny you mentioned it because that's what it comes down to is like you have all these star players that you know what they're going to do. Who are the guys that come out of nowhere that we have a kid on my team back in California, same kid, nobody knows who he is. His name's Dylan Lee, right? And he's on and I have a good 08 team and they're decent, but we have a couple of flashy guys, but this kid's 2-3 points a game. And nobody knew. I'm glad nobody, because we on the horn calling him up, wanting to recruit him. So guys
that's going to happen now.
Yeah, it's those guys that aren't the big names who are oh wow, he just blocked 4 shots, or he just got 2 assists, or he made a breakout pass that's not on the score sheet. So all those guys, who's going to be those unsung heroes? Like a Rage Cats kid a couple years ago, scored 7 goals. Yeah. I mean, nobody really had him on the radar
until you put up 22 points.
Now everybody, so the guys like that, who's going to be, because you have your normal guys, and so it's kind of neat to see these names who, and everybody develops a different story. I mean, back when they're 12 or 15, they might have been this player, and then they go away, and all of a sudden there's a new kid, and all of a sudden, where's this guy come from? So it's kind of cool to see the. See people develop. It's plus put the work in. Some people stop playing, some people playing. But for me, being around this sport for that long, it's kind of cool to see all the different changes. Back since the mid '90s. It's fun.
Yeah, so I think the game's in a good place. I mean, a lot of people don't love to watch roller hockey on TV. We all do. We'll watch it all day. A lot of the guys will. So what do you think something that could change? I mean, back in the day, they used to do like time clocks, or you can't go back over the red line. Anything that you would change to make this game a little faster pace or offensive for
it's fun. It's funny. We've had some discussions with people, and they were thinking about bringing back the center line offsides and stuff like that. I mean, that does stop the stretch pass from board to board, but you still can control the game a little bit. But I know you can tell them to move it. It's tough because it's still a different. You can't try to make it like ice hockey because it's not. It's a different sport, and that's what's great about the sport. Why kids get better playing roller hockey than ice hockey, because they're worried about the deep threat, the long threat. They're worried about the man on man. I mean, they don't have these zones, so you have to be an all around player to play roller hockey. So they get these skills that helps them in roller hockey, and vice versa. Ice hockey, the grittiness in the corners that helps you in roller hockey. Then so they complement each other. So you can't make them like it, exactly like it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, how do we get on TV? It's tough. I like you said, we like watching on TV. I mean, I think it's fast the way the puck moves. And,
like a 1-0 Pama Black Ice game last year. That's a great game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Not a great game.
You
for
appreciate
viewing.
the strategy of it. It's almost like the UFC. Yeah. They used to talk about the wrestlers in UFC and a lot of lay and pray and ground and pound. That wasn't exciting.
Now
flashy
it's more
as the
exciting
kicks
than
and the
knockout,
punches.
right?
But when you're in it and you know the strategy of it, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think holding the puck behind the net, I think the count definitely helps to keep it moving. You should be able to set up and move to a certain extent because, especially in the Pama division, the guys are so fast. You can't make a move to one side of the net. That other guy's gone.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of force them out. That would be the only way to keep the game moving. I don't think a red line. I think that stretch pass is something we look for. Yeah. We want to see the long pass and somebody break.
When you go up 1-0 and you bring them down low, you want to beat them up that 2-on-1. Yeah.
Well, and like you said, it's different. It's different. The problem is to get it. I think that you got to go up to the top. Like why ice hockey is so popular because they have the NHL, they have NCAA Division I. Somehow, and the numbers aren't there yet, but somehow we have to get the NHL and people above, to embrace it because that's the only way the parents are going to buy in and stuff. Because even though the tournaments are successful, well, you had 360 some teams at Narch, you have 380, 70 some teams here. Yeah. I'm the Roller Hockey Alliance guy, so I see the numbers, and the tournament numbers are fine, right?
You don't see my name on there, do you?
No. But
having guys like Bedard come in and saying
exactly.
how
Patty's been great.
Pat Maroon. I mean, those guys that have made it to the show, Tyler, Ernie, like those guys that have played that are still playing now, or
Matt Schaefer.
Credit back.
Matt Schaefer.
They credit back to roller hockey for some of the skill and their play.
And I think we're going to see that a lot, right? All these new kids have played roller for some point, even if it's just in the street, just skating.
Well, even the 4 kids we had in California, Birch and Hershuk and Gasol, and I mean they're all D1 players. They have NHL contracts, so those guys need to speak up more. But it needs to still come from the head NHL. How can they get involved? Because a hockey fan's a hockey fan.
Right.
I don't understand it. Like when I walk into ice hockey rink from roller hockey rink, there's kids that are playing ice hockey that went through the roller hockey. Hey, coach, hey, go. I was like, they're all over there, so we're helping you push it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to go there because NHL. So why not push the roller hockey more? And somehow we got to figure out how to get those guys involved to push it, because the rec leagues, even though the tournaments are doing well, the rec leagues, all those mom and pop have closed down. You know, in New York, all those, remember all the Valley Stream, all over. I mean, here, and then same with California. There's only the major rinks now, all the little ones. So how do we make roller hockey and rec league bigger? That's the push, because that's going to transmit to everybody.
So some teams, like I think Colorado built a outdoor rink. The Washington Capitol did something in Virginia. But like the Rangers and Islanders should be all over these places, and they don't. Like, so maybe it is a good. I know Dan was trying to get something happen with the Blackhawks at IRHL, and that kind of fell through. But
the Ducks are involved in California a little bit. I mean, they have that rink, but no, you're right. I mean, they need to get involved, because
it's like you said, it's a hockey fan.
Yeah,
people are gonna watch it. They're gonna buy the merch, all this stuff.
And when it comes down to it, it's the parents.
Yeah.
The parents, they see, like, you know how it is. They won't miss a ice hockey
as
practice.
A AAA ice coach, I got to blame the older ice guys though. They all tell the parents how bad. And listen, it changes your stride a little bit, but if you're on both, you're good at both. Kids who are good at both and excel at both, they do both, right?
Well, and it takes there's adjustment. I mean, if you're going for NDP program and you're there,
sometimes
every week,
I got to adjust, and I do it every day.
Yeah, you don't. I can understand. Yeah, stay off rollers because you're trying to. But for the most part, it takes a month or so, or maybe 3 weeks of a little practicing. You'll be fine. And it's just like anything. Do I skateboard? But I can't surf. Come on. Right. I mean, you can do both. We used to play. When we were younger, our age, we used to play 4 sports a year. Right. They don't do it anymore. It's like all one, a whole 12 months.
It's a good break. Like it's fun.
You come back refreshed. And so it's a tough situation how that's working. I hope, like I said, between the Roller Hockey Alliance programs with tours, NARCH, and state wars, keeping the excitement for tournaments. Now we need to, hopefully the rinks are committed that we can keep growing it, because it's a great sport. I mean, it's fun, and luckily I'm involved in it, and I'm able to do something. You guys are all involved. You're a big part of the sport, and we just need to keep pushing it and never like be satisfied. Like, okay, it is what it is. No, what can always look. What can we do? What can we do? Because if you settle down and you don't do it, it goes away. So we have to keep pushing.
So as a younger player and someone who's still playing pro, how do you feel about the state of the game?
I mean, I'd like to throw a quick shout out to the Rangers, because they did rebuild the rink. Paul L. McDermott in the city. I play there. I play there a little bit, and they did a great job. I mean, it's an outdoor rink, but it's still something that gets around. I mean, one of the games I go down, I'm like, who is this guy? And then all of a sudden I notice it's actually Adam Fox's brother, Andrew.
He's always there.
And I'm like, who is this guy? He's ripping around and he's putting up points. I was like, hey, I mean,
Andrew was a good role player at SK
Adam down just for a day, like it'll build the sport. And the league does a great job of promoting it. They have a little Instagram page. They post things all the time. So it's good to see. I mean, Long Island, a lot of the rinks that were such like great foundations for the sport, like they start slowing down. They go to deck hockey, they go to volleyball, like Sport Time. They're in
flag football.
Indoor soccer is huge.
Sports Arena, like over in Smithtown, they used to have double rinks. They closed down the one. I think the other one is just deck hockey mainly. But there's other rinks out there that they are predominantly deck hockey, which is perfectly fine. Hockey is hockey, but you want to grow the game to more. You want to get roller hockey out there. You want to get deck hockey to try roller hockey to try deck hockey, ice hockey to just switch it all up.
Well, that's what if I was the NHL, I'd be wanting to get everybody started in hockey so they come play ice hockey.
They will. They all eventually go there because that's where the college is. That's where the pro is. I mean, they still going to be a hockey fan, like you said. They're still going to go there.
It would be good to see some of these facilities have both. Yeah. This facility has how many rinks?
And they have a roller and 2 ice.
Keep one roller, and then you got your ice. If we had more facilities like that.
Well, I think Taylor is subsidized by the town here and the city, so like these things help. Where Long Island is a little more political and expensive.
Like the Islanders, though, they have Eisenhower. They have the small rink outside. Maybe they expanded that, put a canopy over it, and made that a full-time roller rink.
These are all good ideas. Hopefully somebody sees this at some point and contacts us to help it out, right? Because, roller's a great time. It's probably really kind of young still when you think about it, right? Like 30, 40 years old at max. And then 40 years ago, they were using steel wheels and duct tape probably in the street. So but that brought you guys like Brian and Joe Mullen, right? They were playing in the park in New York City, and Emil Francis just saw them. So if those guys, Joey Mullen could be like the best American born before Madonna Matthews, like the next kid could be right here. So I think it's a great sport. We have a lot of fun, great people. Roller hockey is one of the best communities, as you can see. No one said a bad word about it. So come try out roller. State Wars is great. Other tournaments are just as good, kinda. But it's about playing and being around the people in the community. Look, we got Tour, we got Champion, we got Ringster, and we got Wheel Talk, and we're all here together talking about the sport we love, and we're all trying to help the game grow. So thank you guys, and good luck the rest of this weekend, and hopefully one of you guys win a championship this weekend. All right, see you guys tomorrow, Friday.